Here's something most people probably don't need to actually experience to learn it for themselves. Don't eat chorizo just before you're about to do a video and then think, oh, I better brush my teeth. Chorizo and mint, not a pleasant combination. Hello, I'm Liv and welcome to the Book Nook. Oh, where's my wave? Hello! There's my wave. So I'm just going to do a bit of a catch-up video today because I'd planned to do a video on Saturday and I can't entirely remember what. To be honest with you, I've been a bit frazzled and fried recently, so my kind of plan of videos has gone a little bit out the window for the moment. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a catch-up video today just to say hi and I'm still alive if anybody thought I wasn't. I don't know. Watched Eurovision last night. That was fun. That was very fun. I'm not going to comment on the winner. Technically I just did. There we go. So I do most of the tweeting for Waterstones Exeter's Twitter, and I attempted last night as I was watching Eurovision to do like a book recommendation for each country, but I only started doing it like as it started and I was kind of like buffering up the tweets and I got a bit stuck on Azerbaijan. That was a tricky one. Cyprus, also quite tricky. Moldova, that was a tricky one as well. So I tried doing that, so that was fun. That added another fun element to watching Eurovision. So since my last video I read Orangeboy by Patrice and I thought it was really good, but I'll talk about that more in a proper wrap-up video. I'm not gonna cock up my whole vague system that much by doing part wrap-ups in here. I don't know, I'm just talking at the camera today. It feels like one of those days. Then after I finished Orangeboy, I seem to fall into a bit of a slump again, and I don't know what keeps happening at the moment. I've totally just realised my calendar's still on April. I'm gonna have to change that in a minute. I'm not having a good month, am I? It's been a funny, I just can't seem to pick a book and can't focus on a book. I can't focus on sort of anything at the moment. This is going really well today. I also realised this morning I've got about 3 weeks to read the last two on the Bailey's Prize shortlist. Now I've got to read Stay With Me and Sport of Kings. Now Stay With Me probably shouldn't take too long, but I'm nervous about Sport of Kings because I know it's quite a big one and it's tiny text, and basically I think I need to start that one like today and then I should have time to read Stay With Me. So I'll probably get on with that today, hopefully. Then after I finished Orangeboy, I had about 2 or 3 days of when I wasn't at work trying to decide what to read next and sort of picking things up and holding them and looking at them and then going, oh no, I can't be bothered with that yet. So I was really sort of struggling. Ooh, my lampshade's moving. But then the lovely Vicky and Katie over at Tinder Press sent me over a copy of Tin Man by Sarah Winman. Now, obviously this isn't going to be the finished cover, but it is pretty. This is going to be the cover. So I started reading this one just before bed because I thought it's not too heavy going a thing, and I've heard such good things about it. Pretty much everyone said it's made them cry or laugh or both, and that it's going to be amazing. So I've heard so much about this one that I thought, right, I'll start this one, and I'm about halfway through now because I started this one the other night and then since then I've just been busy doing stuff and I haven't really had time to sit down and read. So I'm hoping I'm going to finish this one today and probably start on the Sport of Kings this afternoon as well. So as I say, get that one underway and then I will have time for Stay With Me before the Bailey's Prize winner is announced. Ooh, is that the 7th of June? 3rd of June? Beginning of June? 6th of June? It is the 7th of June. I just checked. See? It was in my head. Ow. Ah. I did that far too hard. So that is the plan for my reading, but who knows what will happen between now and actually sitting down to read. That'll be fun. I have bought a couple of other books in the last week or so. That whole don't buy any more books after your birthday thing didn't really work out so well, did it? Whoopsie. To be fair, I think I've only bought 2. I've only bought 2 and I've had 3 sent to me and I've ordered another one, so, you know. But what I have bought that I very much want to share because I really love it is I bought a new mug and a matching set of coasters. And we sell these in work and I saw them and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So it's got loads of books on it. So you've got SEO Trot and you've got Sylvia Plath and oh dear. And then you've got To Kill a Mockingbird, June. I can't read that one. Back to Front and Upside Down, Naked Lunch. Tiger Who Came to Tea. Tiger Who Came to Tea. Lord of the Rings. Catch-22. Don't know why I'm saying it like this. Don't know how I've lost the ability to talk there. Got Adrian Mole. So it's just really, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So yeah, I saw that in work and I was like, I need a new mug and it's bookish. I'm gonna go for this one. So it's beautiful and it's got this lovely Oh, you probably can't hear it. Proper mug sound, that. And then, because I'm a completist, I had to buy the matching set of coasters. How adorable are these? So you've got one with, this one's got like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy on it as well. And you've got Testament of Youth. And then you've got Catch-22 and the Story of O on that one. And then Lord of the Rings, and it's sort of the... Oh, we've got the Durrells on there. The Durrells! The Durrells are everywhere. So that is what I treated myself to on Saturday, because I realised I still had a little bit of birthday money left over, and I thought, okay, if I'm not going to buy any more books, I'm going to buy book related things. And you can't go wrong with a lovely matching set of mugs and coasters. Pretend that was good English. So, you know, you can buy these in Waterstones. Shameless plug. Ooh. They're by Studio U, and the design is by Aurelia Lange. I'll link them down below because they're gorgeous and I think everyone should have them. Quick recap as well, I guess, of the Nibbies winners. Hashtag the Nibbies. It's the British Bookseller Association Awards. The big awards for not just for books, but like for the industry as well. And it is quite exciting that Waterstones won the Book Retailer of the Year. Yay! Go us! Insert applause here. Still haven't worked out how to do that. Still haven't. I don't know. Yeah, just thought I'd, you know, blow that particular trumpet. And then the books that won, you had Sarah Perry's The Essex Serpent winning the Book of the Year, which wasn't particularly a big surprise, but it was so deserved. I love that book. I really wish I'd kind of been doing BookTube at the time that I was reading that and the time that that came out and everybody was raving about it, because I wish you could know how much I love it as well, and I really, really do love it. It's a book that I don't really, as I've mentioned before, I don't really like historical fiction that much, or any fiction that's sort of based on history or plays with history. It's not normally my cup of tea. So I was a little kind of meh when I got a copy sent to me, but then I sat down and read it, and I remember I sat at my kitchen table and I read the first page, and I stopped, went back and read it out loud, and I've never done that with a book before. I don't think for a book that I'm just reading for pleasure to be struck so by the prose on the page that I actually have to stop, go back, start again, read it out loud to get that wonderful musicality and just soak myself in it. And I tell pretty much every customer that buys the book that story. So if you are a customer, you've had that before. I think of the shortlist for the Book of the Year for the Nibbies, I'd only not read a couple of them. So I feel like I was pretty well placed to obviously not judge it and make a decision. That would be no. But, you know, for my own mind, I was really pleased that that one won. So the Crime Book of the Year was won by Dodgers by Bill Beverly. Now this is one that I've seen in the shop for months and keep on sort of seeing it come in, and we have loads of them and then they sell out. But it seems to have been one that I haven't really heard much talk about, and as not a very big crime reader, I've been quite tempted to read it, and now that it's one, I think I probably will eventually pick it up. Not that I'm aware that I probably sound like I'm a bit of a sucker for prizes, and I think I might do a whole other video maybe one day on the prizes, but basically, just suffice to say, I'm not a complete sort of prize whore. I don't sort of chase these lists and what have you. I just use them as a nice sort of way of, oh, there's a list of books that I might enjoy. There's something to sort of engage with the conversation about books. And, you know, I work in a bookshop, so I need to kind of be relatively up on the prizes and the things that are being talked about because I work in a bookshop. So I don't want you to think that I'm a sort of literary prize whore and chasing all these prizes and what have you. I read what I like to read, and I read for pleasure. But yeah, I'll probably do a whole other video on prizes at some point. I don't know, maybe. And then the Children's Book of the Year was won by Girl of Ink and Stars by Kiran Millwood Hargrave, which won the Waterstones Children's Book Prize of the Year. So, you know, we've got good taste. Again, I'm not trying to be like a company shill or whatever. Do I mean shill? Is that the word I mean? Probably not. I don't want to not talk about the fact that I work for Waterstones, but I don't want to harp on about the fact that I work for Waterstones. So, why have I gone all American with that when I'm saying that? Waterstones, 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 Waterstones. Something's gone wrong in my head. So yeah, The Girl of Ink and Star has won the Nibbies Children's Book of the Year award, and I've not read that one. A lot of my colleagues have read it and say it's a really good kids book, and it's been really popular, so well done. Well done. Then the debut book of the year was Garth Greenwell's What Belongs to You. Now, that's another one that I've seen talked about a lot over BookTube, and I picked it up and I started reading it a little while ago, a couple of months or so ago now, and I couldn't quite get into it. I don't know what it was. It may have been a kind of right book, wrong time situation, so I might go back to it eventually, but I'm not sure. Over the last few years, I've sort of come to think that if a book doesn't grab me by, you know, around about 50 pages in, it's just not one that's for me, and that was the case with What Belongs to You. But I've heard really good things about it, so don't count it out just because I didn't like it, and because I didn't like it at the time, and I may like it and not know that I like it. So basically, ignore me. This is a good booktube channel, isn't it? As I say, it wasn't for me when I tried it. Doesn't mean it's not for you, doesn't mean it's not a good book. I have heard really, really good things about it and think if I try again and got into it, I probably would like it, so give it a go. Then the non-fiction lifestyle book of the year was Tim Peake's Hello, Is This Planet Earth Now? Oh, Tim Peake. Anyone else who worked in a bookshop this Christmas knows that Tim Peake levels of saturation were high, to say the least. I think in general, Tim Peake's a nice guy, but I've had enough of him for a little while. But that's just me. It's not just me, is it? Then the non-fiction narrative book of the year was East West Street by Phillips, which I've heard so much about. It was our book of the month at work, and I've got a copy of, and I'm going to be dipping in and out of it because it does sound really, really fascinating. So I'll link all of these down below, so check them out and have a little look and see what you make of any of these. I hope you guys will forgive this slightly more informal video today. I don't want to just be ticking boxes and go, right, I've got to upload on this day, that day, this day, that day, this day, that day. Didn't know if I was going to stop then. But I don't want to go these vast swathes of time without posting a video. I know, like, a week isn't a vast swathe of time. You know what I mean. So yeah, just thought I'd check in and say that's what I've been up to recently. Mini slump, buying mugs, books, coasters, doing not a lot, but being very busy. I have been doing a lot. What am I on about? I've been busy. I've been busy. So now I am going to go and make myself some lunch and sit and read a little bit more, / hopefully all of the rest of Tin Man by Sarah Winman. Again, thanks Tinder Press for sending me a copy. And then later on this afternoon I am going to start on The Sport of Kings by C.E. Morgan, which is the second to last book that I need to read on the Bailey's Prize shortlist. Planning on having ready for Thursday afternoon-ish the Reading Habits tag video. Again, inviting myself to the party, yada yada yada, but I'm going to do that one on Thursday morning to upload on Thursday afternoon, and then the next one will probably be wrap-ups and hauls and thingies heading into the end of the beginning of the month. Beginning of the end. This video feels very much like the beginning of the end of something. I think I'm still on a bit of a Eurovision come down. Eurovision is my drug. Please feel free to talk to me about Eurovision down here. Let's talk about Eurovision, shall we? Thursday I will also be editing the next episode of the Waterstones Exeter Wexcast podcast, which I'm going to give a little bit of a shout out here because I'm going to do a little bit of quid pro quo, to me, to you type thingy with my channel and the work thing, I think, because I feel like I feel like I can do that. I'm going to do that. So Wexcast is a podcast that I've started doing at work where we do lots of different episodes. So, well, we've only done one so far, but we will be doing lots of different episodes. So the first one of the month will be the Waterstones books of the month, sort of the official ones, and then ones that we in our store and us as people are excited about. And then midway through the month I'm going to do, and that'll be the one that's coming on Thursday, I'm going to run around the shop and ask all my book selling mates what they're reading at the moment and what they're loving, and that'll be going up, yeah, hopefully Thursday as well. So Thursday's going to be a very edity day, but I'm looking forward to that. I like a nice day when you've had a few days at work and just sit and edit, you know, TV on in the background. Or, knowing me, it's just going to be the Eurovision playlist on repeat for the next month. Yeah, it's going to be that. So yeah, if you fancy checking that out, I'll post a link down below as well, so you can hear more of me attempting to speak about books. So I will see you on Thursday, or you will see me on Thursday for the Reading Habits tag video, and I will post lots of thingies, all the thingies that I've been talking about in this here video down below. And as usual, please do chat with me down in the comments below about Eurovision, about books, about anything, and I'm gonna go and try and be a little bit more normal. And yeah, I'm gonna actually say goodbye now because I feel like I've been leading up to that for about 10 minutes now. I'll see you seeing me on Thursday, and have a good rest of your week. Bye! This one's gonna be awful to edit.